All right. It seems like some of you guys got a little confused with Adventuron. Things got a little out of hand. It got more complex, and you kind of got lost. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like a little, I don't know, just a little small tutorial, like a smaller tutorial, and we're gonna concentrate in the beginning in just this video of the big three, right? So locations, connections, and objects. All right. So let's do that now. We're going to start with the beginning. If you put in a hashtag, it is a comment, right? So I'm going to put in a comment. I'm going to call it space adventure game. Does it not like that? Okay, let's find out if we end it with a hashtag. Nope, still doesn't like that. That is weird. Am I crazy? Is it a different? Could I find mandatory attribute start at? Oh, okay. We're not doing it yet. We didn't do it yet. Relax. God, this thing. Okay. Maybe that's why we're all having a little bit of trouble with this thing. Okay. So space adventure game. There we go. We're going to create a locations space. All right. Locations. You don't have to end this in a hashtag. We're going to create a connections. And we're going to create a objects. All right. Now, again, they allow you to do this with space enter and just it fills out the whole thing. But I want to do this from scratch because I want you guys to understand kind of how this works and what you can do, what you can play with and what you can't play with. All right. Locations. We talked about locations and all of these things being arrays. So we're going to come up with our array system here. So there's locations. We got our mustache brackets. We're going to do connections with our mustache brackets. And we're going to do objects with our mustache brackets. Everything we do inside has to be inside that array. Now, when we plan this out for 7 locations. Okay, seven rooms, and we know how they're connected. We know that they're connected 1, 2, 3, and then when you get to the 4th room, the 4th room has 3 rooms connected to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to say room 1, and I'm going to make this generic because some of you guys didn't do the space thing, right? Some of you guys did different stuff, so I don't want you to get confused. So I'm just going to put room 1. I'm going to call it a location. This is the starting room. Semicolon. Now I'm going to do this for all the rooms. Room 2, location. This room is the second room after the starting location. Room 3, location. This is the room after the second room. Semicolon. All right, room 4, location. This room is the hub to 3 other rooms. Like we said, we go in different directions for this one. Room 5 is going to be to the left. So this room is west of room 4. Room 4 capital or just room 4? We'll just say room 4. This room is west of room 4. Room 6. This room is north of room 4. And then room 7, our last room. This room is east of room 4. Now, technically, room 3 would be south of room 4, but it doesn't matter. We're just putting some stuff, making it generic so you guys understand. All right, and now to get rid of our error, and now that we have our locations and we know where we're starting at, we're going to put start at, and we're going to do room 1. All right, it says error go to line 19. What's the problem? Yeah, we didn't do anything yet. Relax. Ugh, this thing. So needy. All right. Connections. So from, direction, and to. All right. So wherever you're coming from, what direction you're going, and then to, all in groups of 3. And you don't have to go backwards because they are bi-directional. Let's throw an example out there. So we gotta put in from, direction, and to, and then in a, not an array, but with this bracket, it looks like a tuple, or like an array or a list essentially that you can't mess with. That's constant, right? Whereas an array, you can pop things in and out and move things around. All right, so from direction to is going to be room 1. You go north to room 2. Room 2. You go north to room 3. And again, remember, they're bi-directional. Room 3, you go north to room 4. Room 4, this is where it gets crazy. You go west to room 5. Room 4, you go north to room 6. And finally, room 4, you go east to room 7. All right. Now, notice everything is in 3s. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Room, direction, and then 2. Room, direction, 2. There's commas after each of them. Okay. And we put each set of 3 on a different line. All right. Try to stick to that. I think that'll make things make sense for you guys a little bit easier. All right. Our only object at this point is the jetpack. But I did want to tell you guys that if you wanted to have an NPC, which we should probably go over, the NPC would count as an object as well, but it just counts as a different type of object. All right, so let's start with object, and we found out that if you use all lowercase is the kind of situation objects want to be in. So just kind of stick to that, I think, too, as well. So our object is jetpack, and it's an object. And we're just going to call it jetpack, all lowercase. We're going to start it at, or you can just put at, but I'm just going to do start at. Room 2, I believe, is the room we wanted to do. And I think the message is when you examine it, it should say, something like an old junky jetpack with a quarter tank of gas still in it. Something like that. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you guys. All right, let's run it. Let's see if it works. It should work a little bit. All right, this is the starting room, north. You go north. This is the room this room is the second room at the starting location. Jetpack. All right, can we get it? Let's see if we can get jetpack. Get jetpack. Hey, we can. Okay, good. So now we have our jetpack in our inventory. Okay, let's go north. All right, north. This is the room after the second room, so room 3. All right, notice bi-directional. Our connections are bi-directional, so we get that south to go back into room 2 if we want to. This room is the hub to 3 other rooms. All right, let's check this out. So from room 4, do we go west and do we get to room 5? Does this work? Yep, this room is west of room 4. It's called room 5. Then we go back east to the hub. Then we go north. This room is north. Yep. Okay. And then if we go east, this room is east. And we go back west. All right. So that is the layout that we set up on the board. And that's what we wanted to do. All right. And these are this is kind of the simple just version of this that we want to get knocked out before we get into all the complicated stuff. I know you guys have a lot of ideas about stuff, but let's try to keep it to this. Okay. And once you guys get this down, we'll move on to the next part, which will be about items and checking things and different things like that.